Hello? Five Nights at Freddy's. It was only a matter of time before I talked about something that was very near and dear to my childhood. This franchise is arguably one of the biggest fandoms of the decade, on par with other games like Undertale or Minecraft. And with that kind of fame, however, means that there's a wide range of fans within said community. And now since we have a newly released FNAF game, and even a second movie coming out very soon, leading to a lot of new people joining this continuously growing fandom, what a better time than now to let me talk about my problems with the Mr. Fredrickson Fazbear. I was going to wait to talk about the more deplorable stuff a little later in the video, but when you're dealing with a community like this, you just can't. Now, most fandoms have their little AMVs or animation memes, and there's nothing inherently wrong with that. What makes the FNAF community so different than that is 1, its wide range of 3D models, and 2, kids. That combination, however, leads to, let's just say, interesting SFM animations.
One of the stupidest animatronics I've ever met! What? But Freddy? I don't know! Oh, Chick, if Freddy, there must be some mistake. She was in the backstage right now. Don't defend her, Foxy! You are, get out here, Foxy, you're not helping. Sorry, Chica, don't say sorry! Ow! But Freddy, I did no such thing! Bonnie is telling you lies! I was in the backstage!
And of course, whenever something starts gaining traction for being mildly interesting, someone takes it in a whole new direction and fucks it up for everybody. And from there, it just spirals and you're just staring down this entire rabbit hole.
Curiosity often leads to trouble!
Until you just end up with, yet again, a bunch of FNAF porn just on YouTube for kids to watch. And yeah, I know, there's porn of everything on the internet, and there's really nothing you or I can do about it. But just look at this. You have the luxury of watching blurs on your screen. I don't. We really are living in a dystopian future, aren't we?
I'll send in detectives, I'll send in police, I'll send in everything in my power to get it off the internet!
You know, I really don't know why this kind of stuff just happens, but you can see older people who probably shouldn't be in the fandom in the first place. And this is just not limited to the FNAF community. It's everywhere. People who take children's properties like My Little Pony or Sonic or FNAF, for example, and take it way too seriously and get really into it. We call these people Manchildren. I don't know why they act like this, but one thing is definitely clear. These guys need to get the hell out of their mom's smelly ass basements and get a real job in the real world. Oh my god, don't even get me started on these rinky-dinky ass costumes. These things are either a hit or a miss, but 99.999% of the time, they're a miss. But looking at these just makes my eyeballs melt out of their sockets. I mean, if you have the strength to dress like this in public or on the internet, then good on you. You definitely have a lot more balls than me in this situation. There are so many FNAF fan games out there, like pages upon pages on places like Steam or GameJolt, and I really don't have a lot to say about them because they're all the same basically. They're not engaging, they're not fun, and they're most definitely not scary. Some of them are just really weird. Like in one game, for example, someone really put their time and effort into making a porn game about Five Nights at Freddy's. You know, now that I'm saying that out loud, and also knowing how this fandom acts, I'm not surprised. You know, I really feel bad for Scott Cawthon. He blessed so many childhoods like mine with a groundbreaking idea in horror, and what does he get in return? People of his own community threatening to dox and kill him just because he has a different political view than them. That was one of the biggest reasons why I left the community in the first place, and will forever have a negative view on the community as a whole for that. There's no right situation where the only option is to send death threats or bully a person just because they have a different opinion than you. Actually, he donated to anti-LGBT. So, doesn't matter. If you don't like who he's donating your money to, then don't support him. It's as simple as that. And like what I just said moments ago, there's no right situation when you disagree with somebody to send death threats and bully them over it. Don't take it so far. It really makes you the monster and not them. And it's also just really, really cringe to do that kind of stuff. But you know, I really don't think the community's that bad. I've seen so much cool and awesome stuff to come out of this community in my time. There are actually some really good fan games out there, like Five Nights at Candy's, One Night at Flumpty's, Five Nights at Treasure Island. I could go on forever. And I've also seen some damn good cosplays in my day too. I specifically would like to shout out Andy Matronic. She actually makes really good and high quality cosplays about FNAF, and it's also really fun to watch her build one. I would recommend it if you ever want to get schoolwork done or write a video like I do. And you know, I would be lying if I said I didn't really fall in love with the animations as well. You know, I guess it's not as bad as I let on. I would even say the good outweighs the bad. And even if the community has had its certain mishaps over the years, I'm glad it was a part of my childhood and I would not change anything about it. And I also hope it continues to inspire kids in the future to do amazing things like it did for me all those years ago.
We're waiting every night to finally roam and invite newcomers to play with us. For many years we've been all alone. We're forced to be still and play the same songs we've known since that day. An imposter took our life away. Now we're stuck here to decay. Please let us get in, don't lock us away. We're not like what you're thinking. We are poor little souls who have lost all control, and we're forced here to take that role. We've been all alone, stuck in our little zone since 1987. Join us, be our friend, or just be stuck in defend. After all, you only got 5 nights at Freddy's. Is this where you wanna be? I just don't get it. Why would you want to stay 5 nights at Freddy's? Is this where you wanna be? I just don't get it. Why do you want to stay 5 nights at Freddy's?
This is really sad.